Good Saturday morning. It's cloudy here in Alabama. Overcast skies. I didn't sleep well last night. I didn't sleep well the night before. So, because I didn't sleep well and do not know why I didn't sleep well, my fibromyalgia is majorly acting up. People that have fibromyalgia have to get their rest. When the body goes into a stage 4 sleep, which is the deepest sleep that the human body goes into, it's the reparative sleep. And the body repairs itself from the damage, whatever that may be, that you incurred throughout the day. And you lie down at night, and normal people, they go through those stages of sleep and end up in the stage 4 sleep. And they sleep and repair their bodies all night. Well, when you don't sleep, the body doesn't get to repair itself. So, it's like you've not even been to bed. But it seems like it's even worse than that when you have fibromyalgia, because losing a night's sleep is no big deal unless you do have something like fibromyalgia that gets kicked off by lack of sleep. So I'm not feeling too spry today. I guess I'm having a pity party. But we are all entitled to do that from time to time. Whenever you start having a pity party all of the time, then that's when you need to do something about it, because life is short, and you just can't sit around feeling sorry for yourself. If you don't like your life, if you don't like the people in your life, or the things that are in your life, or the places that are in your life, then it's time to change something. And that's what I'm coming on to talk about. My cuticles are a wreck. I painted my claws, as I've been calling them, denim blue yesterday, and this is how they came out. This one, the ring finger, is black. For those that don't know me well, I do have several new subscribers, so this is like an update catch-up video. For those of you that don't know me very well, I have lived a humdinger of a life, and it's nobody's fault but mine. I'm the one that lived it. And 20 years ago, I was delivered from cocaine. I just celebrated my 20-year anniversary on January the 5th, a day I'll never forget. Because as an individual, I was pretty worthless. I was a junkie. I wouldn't say that I was worthless, because if I was worthless, God would not have reached down into that hellhole that I had put myself in, living in the pits of hell, if I had been worthless. So, I'm not going to say a worthless junkie. I was a junkie. And I lived that way solid for 10 years. I can't say I used every single day, but I used every single day that I could. And I had an endless supply of drugs because, just because I didn't have to nickel and dime it like most people. So I just celebrated my 20-year anniversary in recovery. And then through conquering substances, I have conquered alcohol, benzodiazepines, which are nerve pills and such. Alcohol, I guess, is the only one that really tempts me anymore. I am a recovering alcoholic, but I have not drank in a long time. Years. Well, about a year now. The last time I drank was about a year ago. And before that, it had probably been a couple of years that I hadn't drank. But anyway, I don't drink, and I'm not tempted by cocaine because I got delivered. The desire to use that drug was taken out of my body by the good Lord above. I'm not here to give my testimony, but I do have a video on my testimony, and I will link it down in the description box below. What I'm here is just to let my new subscribers know a little bit about me, because you don't get to learn much about a person when you're watching Fashion Fridays and Good Morning Saturday Mornings and things like that. Speaking of Fashion Friday, I don't know if you guys know this or not. I have never, ever modeled. I think that my progress is going well. It's something that I had wanted to do when I started my channel, do the Fashion Fridays and put out beautiful videos on fashion like the other million people on YouTube that do Fashion Fridays. But I've got this lady that thinks that she created or invented or started Fashion Friday, and then I'm copying her because I don't call it Outfit of the Day anymore. I call it Fashion Friday. Anyway. No, I have never modeled before. When I was 16 years old, I had some photos taken by this guy that had stopped by the bookstore. I worked at a bookstore, and let's see, how old was I then? I was in my early 20s because I had not begun to use yet heavily. I think we were just doing cocaine recreationally, and we were snorting it. Before it was all said and done, I'd be smoking it, and banging it is injecting it. No, I've never done any modeling. So, what you see on my Fashion Fridays is my very best of what I'm capable of doing from the info that my mind has stored up from watching other Fashion Friday videos on YouTube and watching ladies go down the runway, except I can't get that walk down pat because I feel like I'm going to fall over putting one foot in a straight line in front of the other. But I'm working on that as well because I want you guys to enjoy my Fashion Fridays, and I want my channel to grow. And the Good Morning Saturday, the Good Saturday Morning series is just going to be random videos. Like last Saturday, I wanted to do an outfit because I had two outfits that I wanted to post. So I posted one on Fashion Friday, and then the next morning I posted the other one on a new series that I started, Good Saturday Morning, or Happy Saturday Morning, something like that. It's in a file in my computer. Let's talk about depression for a minute. I suffer from depression, and I have for years, and I have been medicated for depression for years, and I see a psychiatrist to get my antidepressants. I don't know her well enough to open up and divulge my innermost secret feelings. I go in, how are you? Depressed. Crying? No. Um, Winter blues? Sure. Maybe we need to change your meds? No. But then I did let her change them last time I was in because the winter makes me depressed. The lack of sunshine, the grayness, the deadness of the earth. It makes me depressed. And so I went in and had her to raise the dose on my Seroquel. I take Seroquel for my antidepressant along with Abilify for a capper, which helps the Seroquel to work better. And then, as needed, I take a Buspar and Vistaril, which are not. All of these medications are non-narcotic. I don't take a lot of narcotics. I take a narcotic for pain, and that's it. But yeah, depression can come along and steal your life. And it can come out of nowhere. I mean, you can be okay one day and that chemical imbalance happens in your brain and bam. The next day you are lost and squalling and feel hopeless and oh, God spare me from ever feeling the way that I did. I spent 4 years in the house. I spent 4 years in the house, straight. I didn't go anywhere except to the store and to the store. I missed the birth of my first two grandchildren, both of them, because I was so depressed I couldn't even take a bath and put my clothes on. And I wasn't on medication then. When I was diagnosed with depression is when my medication started, and that's when I got better. But 4 years, y'all, I spent in the house. My county cat that just died, that I just had put down, spent that 4 years with me in the house. I didn't let her go outside. And, of course, when the depression started to subside, after I got on the medication, I started letting her go outside. But for the first 2 or 3 years of her life, she didn't see people, so she was antisocial her whole life. She did not like people. People would come up, and she would go and hide somewhere, and you wouldn't see her again till after they would leave. But, I guess this is just going to be a rambling video. I just feel really, really rough today because I haven't slept for the last 2 nights, and fibromyalgia will make or break you. It's like having a curse. I'm supposed to watch my grandbabies, 2 of my 5 grandbabies tonight, and I just am not going to be able to. I'm going to have to call over there and cancel. My daughter's going to have to listen to them cry. Well, maybe not CG, but Silas. He'll be upset. And I can't help it. I keep hearing something. Pardon me. I didn't see anything. I don't know what it was. It was a popping noise. But anyway, if you have depression, you can't fight it on your own. It's chemical imbalances in the brain, and there's no way under this earth that you can do that on your own. You need to seek help. You need to seek help before you get into such despair that you harm yourself, because depression can drive you to that. It can drive even the strongest of a person to harm themselves. And depression topped with fibromyalgia is a battle for me sometimes, but most days I'm good. I have a smile on my face. I'm happy to be alive. And don't get me wrong, I'm happy to be alive today. Um, I wouldn't be here. And I just, I don't know. I went to that 4 years that I was in the house. I'm gonna tell you how bad it was, and this is kind of embarrassing for me, and but I'm gonna put it out there anyway. I was so depressed that I didn't dress and I didn't bathe. I didn't bathe for days and days and days and days. And I think one time, I don't know why I kept track of it, but I went 3 weeks without taking a bath or washing my hair. And when I would bathe and wash my hair and clean up, I had had a perm put in my hair back then. My hair was about down to here, and it was my natural hair. And I had had a perm put in my hair before all this started. And perms stayed in my hair for a long time because my hair is naturally curly. It still is. It's just short. It's like 3 inches short everywhere. But anyway, I wouldn't bathe. I didn't brush my hair. So when I would get cleaned up, this side of my hair was thinner because I would lay on the couch and watch TV with this side of my head down on the cushion, and the hair would get matted up. And from me yanking the brush through it and the comb and snipping the little matted out lint balls and things, this side of my hair was a lot thinner. I got the itches this morning, y'all. Sorry about that, all that moving around. But anyway, I would go weeks at a time without washing my hair. There's no photos of me then, thank goodness. Because I don't know if I'd want to see what in the world I looked like in those days, but this is what happened to change my life. My poor husband supported me. He has always supported me through everything. I adore my husband. He's always there for me. And he was there for me when I was going through all that. I missed the births of Briley and I missed Chloe's birth. And that's my 2 oldest granddaughters. I wouldn't even go to the hospital. I didn't go to Christmases to spend time with family. I didn't go to Thanksgiving dinner. There was no Valentine's Day, no celebrating the birthday. Nothing except to go to the store to get cigarettes. And I was walking through the house one day, had been crying for no reason since I had woken up that morning, and just sobbing, crying like I did. And I've never known so much despair except when I was strung out. I knew that type of despair. My husband, he came home from work, and bless his heart, I don't know how many days he came home from work, and I'd be there angry or crying my eyes out, and I can still see it so plainly to this day, and it's been over 4 years. But anyway, he looks at me. He said, Wendy, you are absolutely miserable, and only you can change your life and make it better. It was the right words at the right moment in time. I lost it then, And I still remember it so clearly. When fibromyalgia gives you fibro fog and things, I can't remember anything. I can't remember anything. I have to write stuff down all the time, but I remember this so clearly. So, it was like he had hit me with a sledgehammer. And that next day, I called the mental health facility in my hometown. And I went in, and through many, many months of trying medications and such, I began to stabilize. It was like waking up from a deep sleep. Like I had been like a mummy in a coffin for those years. And slowly, the bandages started to unwind from out from around me. And I got well. I got well. And I've been on antidepressants ever since. And that's been every bit of 15 years. And I just wanted to share that with y'all guys. I know this is a rambling video, but I wanted to cover my lack of modeling, my fibromyalgia, my lack of sleep, my depression, you know, all of the negative things that I don't talk about in my other videos. So, I'm telling you right now, don't let depression steal your life. If you're suffering from depression, do all you can to get in an office somewhere and get some help. Yeah. Happy Saturday morning, y'all. Everybody be safe, be kind to one another, and I will see you in my next upload. Bye!